welcome to Let's Talk Spoop. I'm your host, Don, and we're starting our Halloween special. I try to do this every year. I'm pretty sure I've done it every year. Try to do a marathon on a series every October to culminate with the final on Halloween weekend with middling success. So, originally, I was going to rewatch all three Ginger Snaps movies, review them, and then talk about Dogs of War, which is a movie Jeremiah swears up and down that I need to see. But then, whilst hunting through Tubi, I found the glorious Gingerdead Man, starring Gary Busey, and found out that there are 3 Gingerdead Man movies and a crossover with the Evil Bong series. So, I, in my infinite wisdom, decided to review the entire Gingerdead Man series and the Evil Bong series. And then finally the crossover. I have regrets. So, today we're going to go ahead and talk about the first installment in the Gingerdead Man trilogy, The Gingerdead Man, with Gary Busey. So, here are my notes for this movie. For those of you who don't know this, I take notes when I watch movies for this channel. Not always when I watch movies, just when I watch movies for Let's Talk Spoop. I take notes. And my cats decided to just tear a hole right in the center of my notes. But that's okay, because these movies are so bad that I don't need the notes. Especially the second one. We'll talk about that one later. So, opening up with The Gingerdead Man, starring Gary Busey. It opens in a diner. Gary Busey is killing people. There's a chick there, and her dad, and her brother. The girl's name is Sarah. She's a nice lady. That's her right there. She cowers in a corner while Gary Busey proceeds to murder her family in front of her, and then run away when the cops show up. We then get our opening credits, and we have her, Sarah, working in a bakery owned by her mother, Betty, and she is a little upset because today would have been her brother's birthday, and her mom is a drunk, and there's a new pastry shop being set up across the street, and her mom is upset about this because it's going to run them out of business, most likely. And that's pretty much the foundation. So we get the introduction of Sarah, her mom, her coworker, two of them. My personal favorite was a guy named Brick, who is a wrestling fanatic, who tries to get Sarah to come with him to a like WrestleMania sort of thing. And then we get the introduction of the rival who works across the street, and the rival's daughter and her boyfriend. That's pretty much it. Those are your characters. While Sarah is working in the bakery, this mysterious package shows up that she doesn't question that has gingerbread mix on it. Turns out it is actually the cremated remains of Millard Findlemeyer, which is the most terrifying name they could come up with, which is Gary Busey's character, who murdered her family at the beginning. So Brick bleeds into the gingerbread mix and then proceeds to use it to make gingerbread, because I guess we don't worry about hygiene. And then the Gingerdead Man comes to life and proceeds to murder people in the bakery. That about covers it. Points for originality. It's wonderful. This is such a silly, stupid concept, and they ran with it. There is a scene in the movie where the Gingerdead Man is holding a gun and firing it with absolutely no recoil. This movie, there it is right there. This movie, they knew what they were doing. They ran with it. They executed it fairly all right. So 3 out of 5 for story. Acting. The dialogue in this movie is awe-inspiring. When Sarah is lamenting the death of her brother, she says, "I hope there are strippers in heaven." And then Brick has a wrestling alter ego called the Butcher Baker, who gives her a motivational speech in his wrestler voice. 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 for acting. Music, it's over the top, and I actually enjoyed that. It's kind of zany almost. So 3 out of 5 for music. Atmosphere, this was a shockingly fun movie to watch, actually. So 3 out of 5 for atmosphere. Look, there is copious fake blood, limbs, silly monster, no recoil on the gun, as I already mentioned. There's him becoming the Gingerdead Man. It's not good look. 2 out of 5 for look. And then finally, creep. This movie's not creepy at all. This is a self-aware, kind of in the same way as the later Puppet Master movies, or later Child's Play movies are very self-aware of like what the concept is and how just off the wall it is. But it's not creepy. And there's really no scares or anything to like give it a little bit in the creepy category. So 1 out of 5 for creep. We tally up those scores. You get a 2.3 out of 5. But don't let that score fool you. It got less than a 2.5 because of the lack of creepiness. This movie's actually really enjoyable. It's very self-aware in like the best sort of way. And yeah, so I actually, even though I scored this lower than a 2.5, which is usually the scoring point at which a movie becomes watchable, I would still recommend this movie. It was very enjoyable. Yeah. And you can watch it on Tubi. I forgot to mention that. Gingerdead Man on Tubi. Okay, thanks, bye.